Greetings, scrapazoids, scrappers, scrapettes, TikTok Nation, YouTube Universe, and everybody else. Kind of an odd time for me to be on, but Southern Scrapper was on at an odd time. So he finished, so I decided I would just kind of... I was working on some stuff, so I thought, well, let me pop in and say hello to the community. I got a lot of feedback on the couple of videos I put up this week about what's inside of things and a real good in-depth look at specific models of things. And it was requested of me that I do a few more of those. So I am honoring your requests. Edward, welcome in. So I have in front of me a Dell Precision T3400. It is a server. Probably one of the most hit or miss units that I actually deal with. Carlos, welcome in. This one wasn't bad. I got a couple of RAM sticks out of it. But I wanted to, you've been asking me to show you guys close up and personal the boards that are coming out of different things I scrapped, so I'm going to do that. Got a really nice chunk of clean aluminum. This is extruded aluminum. I don't give a crispy critter crud what the yard actually says, but my yard won't give me extruded because they don't know what the word means. And so they just buy it as old sheet. If I'm going to argue with them, I'll have to just go somewhere else, I guess. Carl, welcome in. Desco, welcome in. So what else is going on? I'm having a pod delivered tomorrow now that the weather's finally nice. Oh my God. Cold winter this year. Nobody got anything done. I really didn't get anything done, but I've been a woman on a mission the past couple days just trying to get some stuff done. So again, this is a Dell Precision tower. I've got 5 or 6 of them in the yard. Some of them are, like I said, they're very hit or miss. But I thought I'd show you what was in this guy. I had it opened and like I said, a lot of people mentioned they'd really like to see me do more of the teardown videos and really more of an analysis as to what's inside of it. So, yeah, brain damage. Oh my God, that's how I feel lately. Brain damaged. It's been quite the roller coaster this year. But I lost Mom, then we had the flood, and then had the house under construction, and then we had the winter that was so cold. But I am so, and then of course we lost a couple of very close friends this year. But you know what? God is good. Things are getting better, and I gotta look forward. So on a lot of these Dell candy canes, like this one, make sure you double check the battery area. You usually get a nice piece of, you get some nice plated gold out of there. You got to take the batteries off of these anyway, regardless. You're not supposed to ship anything with a battery in it. And a board buyer has the right to downgrade you if you leave the battery on. It's not very nice if they do that, but they have that right. I had one board buyer downgrade me for one battery out of 100 boards. I said, you gotta be kidding. I said, well, you can downgrade the one. He says, no, I'm gonna downgrade your whole load because you left the battery on. I said, no, you're not, because I'm gonna put it in the car and take it home with me. I understand, but don't be like that. And then, just because you see a lady getting out of the car, So anywho, so I'm gonna, I've got a lot of stuff here to tear down. The problem was we couldn't get into the storage area where I have all my e-scrap stored because we had snow. Everybody did. Those just go with something called aluminum clips. Most yards have a category for these. They'll buy this as like old sheet or irony light. If you can get these off, you can get light irony for it. it's too thin to be extruded, is what they tell me. You know, I think it depends on your yard is what it depends on. And, you know, building a good relationship with your yard is very, very important. And that, my friends, just takes time, huh? Please don't forget to hit the like button. It does a lot of good for the algorithm. If you're into computer scrapping or just like to hang out and chat about computers, I'm a great channel for you. I like doing that myself. I buy boards, I take computers apart, I recycle like a son of a gun. I work with schools, I work with hospitals, I work with all kinds of really cool places. And my mission is to keep outdated technology from winding up in the landfill. So we recycle it. Hi, Queenie, how are you? I tell you, what's been a surprise the past couple trips to the yard. See, now that it's nice, I can just put everything in the back of my pickup truck and take it off to the yard, you know, so I don't get under the mess. With all the rain and everything, it was cold, I'll tell you. Thank you, Queenie. I am doing very well, which is nice to say after the couple of weeks we all had here. Yeah, I'm doing well. This was a surprise. These wire harnesses, don't forget, if there's gold under here, cut the connector ends off. But they're paying 88 cents a pound for crapola spaghetti wire. So I got a nice bin of that in the truck. I basically have been just taking the computers apart and putting the shells right into the truck, and then, you know, I've got like bins of aluminum and bins of wire, and I think I might sell some copper, maybe half of it. I don't know, but I've got a bucket of it in the truck in case the price is decent. If I cleaned it up, I could get number one for it, but you know, I don't have that kind of time or strength or tools. I'm here alone during the day, and I'll tell you, I don't think I should play around with, I don't want to play around with power tools when there's nobody else around. Anybody who watches me know I'm a little bit accident prone. Not badly, though, you know. Alright. This is being persnickety. I don't know why I can't get that out. Dells are usually kind of easy to scrap out. Yes. Sure, am I by Cannabis? Yeah, no, just DM me and send me over some pictures, and I'd be delighted. Well, if you're looking for, yeah, Mike, if you're looking for opinions on what's inside of whatever it is you bought, feel free to send me some pictures via DM. I don't repair. Although I have been known to cannibalize computer A to fix computer B. You know, matter of fact, I'll tell you, Mike, I don't do bad. It is a lot of work, you're right. Tons of work, tons and tons of work. But honestly, believe it or not, it's a hobby for me. My main gig is I run a music rental, band instrument rental service. That's my main gig. This actually started as a hobby, but the more I got into it, the more I learned, the more, well, I'll tell you, I have a Windows 10 that I reset and I can't lock back into. What should I do? Anybody else who can give that an answer for him would be great, because I really don't know. I think pretty much at this point they're not doing any support for Windows 10, and I hate to say it, but you may be just Scrooged on that one. I'm not sure. Guys, if anybody has a good answer for that, please, by all means, chime in. Thank you, Queenie. Alright, I'm trying to get the CD-ROM DVD drive out, but it doesn't want to cooperate. So, move on to what else is in here. I did a piece yesterday or the day before. I don't remember which day I did it. I compared iCore boards to the small metal socket motherboards. And yeah, sure. Thank you, Thank you, Cannabis. Appreciate that. Nice to see you. See some new names in the chat. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. So the general consensus, my opinion included, is that the I-Core boards, I wouldn't buy an I-Core board to scrap out or to refine. That's my opinion. Somebody may have another one. I haven't heard it yet from anybody. But there's not a heck of a lot on them. You can go back and look at my video from either the day before or yesterday. Well, I'm glad you decided to join us today. We're very, Cannabis, this is a great core community, and I'll tell you, I absolutely love the people who I interact with on TikTok. We all kind of hang out and support each other's lives. We chat a lot during the week. Everybody's polite, respectful, and we all want to help new scrappers learn, just like we all did, And it's a good thing. Hi, Angel. I haven't talked to you in a long time. How you been? Did a factory reset so I could add a new email. This is actually a little bit better board than I expected. Let me see. I'm gonna make sure you guys can see what I see here. Yeah, like I said, guys, if a question goes by that you have a good answer for, please chime in. That's how we all learn, myself included. So okay, this would classify, even though this is a server, and it is. Some people would say it's a dual socket server. It's not. This is a small metal socket. I can't fit a quarter in there, and the distinctive candy cane arm. Let me grab the CPU just to see what it was. I forgot to look. I expected a Xeon, but what I got is a Core 2 Duo. Don't confuse those with your I-Cores. They're pinless. There's good gold recovery here. I put these aside for people who gold refine. Yeah, we all been pretty busy. It's been a tough week here on the YouTube and TikTok for sure, but things are getting better for everybody. We're progressing forward. I get that too. Sometimes you just get so much going on. You just can't get to your TikTok stuff. It's hard when you're a content creator. I love being a content creator, by the way. That's why I figured, let me just, even if this is a short live, it's, you gotta, if you don't put stuff up for your TikTok community, you're not going to have one for very long. Because there's a lot of people who do this. But it's, you want to keep stuff fresh. You want to keep it a little bit different, All right. So this thing was beastly heavy. This power supply. What I do with power supplies now is I take them apart. I will process the, I'm probably not going to do this one because I got them all stacked. But these are the things I take out of power supplies. These guys here are good for silver recovery. These are on the board. They're crystal oscillators. Those are good for silver recovery. And I got to check on these. Scrapping Scotland has a very comprehensive video out on these. I've got a couple of jars of them down in the basement. I don't metal refine. Hello, Patrick, my good friend. How are you? But yeah, there's a lot of good value in here. Once upon a time, I would have just, scrapped, sold them. The yard is paying 12 cents a pound for this. If you take it apart, you're going to get 40 cents a pound for the low-grade board, and you can go ahead and nip all the goodies off of there. Hi, Chuck, it's Scrappy. Good morning. But yeah, these are things you're going to want to save. If you're going to get into any kind of refining. Like I said, it's not for me, but I save material for a lot of my subscribers who do gold refining, and I have that going on. So the other thing I have got going on is I'm working with a local refiner. I haven't sent anything out yet. I haven't gotten to that point. He's super backed up anyway, and I'm not in a big rush. And his opinion, as is mine and a good number of our friends in the scrapping community, is that anything after pre-2020 is too fiberglassy and too plasticky, and I do agree. This is a good board. These, don't know if there's a date on here. Usually there's some kind of date in here, but there's not. But of course, when you need one there, when you need a date, you just can't get one. And that's me all over. Yes, I'm here for the jokes. Hi, Joe. Good morning to you. These are another thing you can save. They're a little push button that's usually found right over here. And there's a silver contact in there. Like I said, I just have all those in bins and jugs and stuff. I've got a couple of our followers who are local who do some refining, and you know, I'll give those to them. So these particular boards, I leave whole because I have a market for these. Board Sort will buy these. Other refiners will buy these. So I don't really strip these down. Again, it's the candy cane arm, and it's because there's a lot of gold content on the board. So this is your small metal socket, can't fit a quarter in there, and the very distinctive candy cane arm. You won't find a Nicore chip in here. You may find a Core Duo or a Core 5 or a Pentium or a Duo. I said that already. I said Duo twice. Dynamic Duo. And again, because I'm going to RESELL this board, hey Joshua, how are you? Good morning to you. Oh wow, keep us posted, Joe. We'd love to see it, and make sure you stay nice and safe, huh? I know you do. So for somebody who would want this board to refine out, I've got to be careful what I say. You say the wrong thing on here, and boy, they just love to restrict you. I repost my videos anyway, guys, here and on YT. I didn't see anybody else on. Southern Scrapper was on at an odd time, and I didn't see Scrapaholic on, so, I kind of jumped into the empty spot. I hate to stomp on someone else's lives. So let's take a look at this board, which is what you guys said you really enjoyed me doing with you. So for gold recovery, hiya, I'm doing what you're doing. Where are you from? I am from Connecticut in the United States. Yourself, Irene? Irene? That sounds Irish. A-R-E-E-N. Where are you from? Okay. Back to the board. Come on, Dee. Get with it. So, as I said in my video the other day, this is a much better board than your iCore board is going to be. Number one, your iCore won't have this lovely gold-banded BGA. The gold quality here, I don't know if you can see it. This is excellent gold quality for gold pins. So is this, and so is this. These gold recovery rise, this is a much better board. You'll get good gold in all of these parts here. I showed you the silver button that was off of this part of the board. And even the ports in the input jacks, there's gold in there as well. This is an extra because it's a server board. It had an extra set of chips on it, which you wouldn't find that on a PC board, but it's here on this. It's got good weight to it, which tells me the board has a lot of copper and potential gold in it for somebody who wanted to refine it and shred it. How do I take gold from pins? Totes, honestly, I would tell you to take a good look at Scrooge McDuckin's channel. Not that I'm pushing you off, I'm not. Pin recovery, gold recovery is a very specialized art. It's extremely dangerous. You can even go back into YT and you can go look at some of Scrapping Irish's older videos. He's got a lot of materials up. God rest his soul. But Scrooge is really good for that. And as I said, it's not my ballywick to do gold refining. I just don't do it. I'm going to save 3,000 to 5,000 pounds of these. And yes, I do make that goal, believe it or not. They're going to put it into a shredding machine. You know, if you send it out to a refinery, you got to get the metal off. These would have to come off. And probably all of these. Otherwise, they charge you to take all that off. You take these capacitors off, because they'll explode. And you can put this whole puppy into a toaster oven. Hello, comfortable. Yeah, I didn't see what went by. Joe, thank you for whatever it was you advised somebody on something. Yes, nitric acid, and nitric acid. I'm baking pork chops. They smell so good. I'm so hungry. My kitchen smells so good. So, PCI riser cards, slot cards. Where would the RAM have gone? I think this is where the RAM would have gone, over here. All have good gold. A refiner who does this professionally, they're going to toss this through a shredder. And they're going to treat it with all kinds of chemicals. Good morning, sunshine. Aw, isn't that nice? See, told you we had a great, told you we have a great community here. We really do. So, what has gold? Well, this is silver. It's a silver banded crystal oscillator. And I have seen some people refine those out in and of their own. Again, do your research, guys. Please don't try it at home. I don't do it here. Number one, I'm afraid of it. I wouldn't be surprised to find that a friend of mine who passed recently, his illness was related to this. I wouldn't be surprised at all, although he was very careful. But the chemicals are toxic and dangerous. And my nephew has 3 little girls. I don't want that stuff around the house. Plus, my neighbor is right there. So you can't just say, oh, I'm going to go refine. You really can't, guys. That's why, for me, sending it out to somebody who has the proper material, the proper fume hoods, the proper knowledge. Yeah, sure. Be glad to, Irene. Be glad to. Always. PPE always. All right. Anyway, let me finish up this board. And so again, these candy cane arms, yes, they are good if you decide you want to try to pick this guy. These are gold bonding wires here. And again, the pins are very, very good. You can heat this thing in a toaster oven, loosen the solder, and just make it bare naked. You know, you can do that if you so choose. For me, I'd rather resell it to somebody who wants to do something like that. So, yeah. It's going to probably be about it for this morning. Again, this was a board from a Dell T3400 Dell Precision server. Yeah, sure. Guys, I'm always glad to answer a question if I can in the inbox. And if I can't answer it, I certainly will refer you to one of our other content creators who can. Like I said, my bailiwick is I know a lot about boards. I like to share that knowledge. I buy and sell boards all the time. It's kind of my side hustle. And I've got a really good knowledge of if the board is worth it. Like I'm going to tell you, don't bother buying iCore boards. Somebody gives it to you, yeah, but... Joe, do you do refining at home as well? That's cool. Yes, if you're too aggressive with it, it will eat your gold. Yeah, I would encourage you also, guys, to check out Scrooge McDuckin's videos. He's got them posted as videos as well. Odin and Friends is a good refiner. Obi-Wan Kenobi is top-notch. Breaking down materials, you're going to find Patrick Williams can help you with the micro-scrapping. I can help you with that a little bit, not as much, though, because I don't want to break these down because they're going to get resold, you know. I think that's going to be about it for old Scrappy D this morning. Keep your eye on Intel. I hear through the grapevine, I follow the stock market, you know, I manage my own retirement fund. True that. Wow. While following Scrooge McDuckin's method. Excellent. Yeah, he does a good job. Yes, Moyer and Bars can also walk you through. Yes, that's true. I'm sorry, I forgot about Moyer and Bars. Thank you, Angel. I know you moderate for both of those channels. Thank you for the reminder. That was excellent. And, you know, if you type in, like, the search engine, hashtag gold refining, you're going to find tons of people who are really good at this. Like I said, those are the few that I know. I work with them. I watch them. They watch me. And I know they know what they're doing. So I got the gold out of here. Got a nice piece of plated gold. Some of these are just brass. But I've got a nice little jug of that. That all came out of the Dell boards. I was surprised. Some of the older iCore boards actually had good gold. Gold, 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 gold. Gold, 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 gold. Gold, 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 and gold, gold. So there's plenty there. Again, it'll take a little bit of work. Price-wise, I don't know. I think I'm still in the camp if you can get this one for free. You're better off. I don't know. It depends on your knowledge and your material base. I mean, you know. Anyway, I am going to go get myself a little bit of lunch. I didn't have breakfast and I've been cleaning the house all day. Tomorrow, I am getting a pod deposited into the driveway. We're going to get the furniture out of my bedroom and the 2 upstairs room. I'm going to get the floors finished. And Saturday, I'm driving into New Jersey to pick up an Allen organ, which I'm really excited about. I hope it works. I would like to enjoy playing it. But if it is hideously out of tune, as Allen organs are prone to do, it probably will get scrapped and resold for parts unless I can fix it. I really bought it to play on. I really want to go back to my, I want to go back to playing in the church a couple times a month. I really do. I've missed it. So, yeah. What else can I say, guys? Anything good? Anything good going on that I have forgotten about? You know, Scrooge McDuckin does duck races. I think I should do, let's see how long Scrappy D can stay on before they restrict her. All right, I'm going to go, guys. Otherwise, I'm just going to blather, and I don't like to blather. Nice gold banded BGA. Look at there. I'm going to unbox, you know what? I'm going to unbox a couple of digital boards. You know what? Hang on one second, guys. I got one more thing to show you, and I almost forgot. Since there's some nice conversation going here, let me let you guys keep at it. I'm going to unbox a couple of boards I bought yesterday. Because I can. Something I collect personally are boards made by a company called Digital. You'll often see them marked DEC. This is one I got from a telecom pickup the other day. DEC server made by Digital. This one I've got to take out and take a hammer to it, but I know I'm going to get a good board out of there. I just don't want to do that in the house, obviously. Yes, I do, Joe. Quite a few. The Moss 2 boards I have. I don't have any more of the ones with the gold buttons on them. Scrooge has my last one. He's going to refine that out for us. But I do have, I have a lot of them actually. I have 2 or 3 boxes of them. I have them put aside to go off to the refiner. But if you'd like some, just DM me. Yeah, those were a great haul. Those Allen organ boards were unbelievable. A lot of, I shouldn't really tell my trade secrets, but I will tell you, a lot of vintage old organs, yeah, they got some boards in them, man. Boy, they got some boards. I already know what's in here, but I thought I'd show it to you guys. It's really important to know your price point, and really important to know how much value you're going to get on a board. You can make money doing this if you know what you're doing. You can also lose money really quick if you don't. And again, I've been doing this for, I didn't even know how long. Probably 10 years at this point. When I got started in it. I got started in it because I felt that there was going to become a huge need for recycled e-scrap. So I thought to myself, you know, all these AI chips and all this technology, I told you guys, I'm all over the stock market. Where are they going to get the materials for all this stuff? You know, you just see computers sitting in the landfill. So I started buying them. And then as I learned more about it, I started saving the older ones, and that's how I started the, yeah, sure. I'll be glad. Be glad to, Irene. Forgive me if I butchered your name. I'm terribly sorry. A lot of different organs for sale around here. I better watch it. If I say we're selling organs, TikTok will restrict my life. I'm going to show you these. I bought these the other day. And again, a lot of stuff I'm saving because it is going to go out to a gold refiner when I have enough of it. This is a pin board. Look at that. Wow. Logic revision board. I don't think they're gold though. I think they're silver. Or possibly brass. I don't think they're gold. I didn't pay too much for it though. That's okay. It's cool. You know, again, I have to explore it a little bit more. This looks gold. This all looks gold under here. That'll be something we'll have to take apart and look together at. Huh? So I'll let you know when I'm going to take that apart and take a look-see. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what it was. As I said, he kind of threw it in as an extra. Been watching for Allen or Rockford companies. Joe, watch for Allen organ, Rogers organ. It's not Rockford. It's oh crap! It's going right out of my head. Rockwell Engineering, Honeywell, any of the technologies, elevator boards, anything like that, are really, really good. I did, Irene. Oh, good for me. Yay. That's a pretty name. My name is actually Deirdre. I'll tell you, growing up, I got everything from Deidre to Deirdre. But mother wanted me to be a Deirdre. Yeah, again, this is, oh God, it weighs a freaking bejabbers ton. Well, logic revision board. Date is actually not even on it anymore. As I said, this will be something we do in a future video. I think the gold is going to be here. So that's going to be it. That'll be a separate video, guys. I'll let you know when I'm going to get that one done for you. Oh, I had a blip. I thought maybe I just got a restriction. Nope, just a blip. I like blips. I don't like restrictions. So I have a pretty good collection of digital boards. Just because of their age and what's on them. Yes, I do buy these, you know where. But if you know what you're looking for, yeah, isn't it? Hello, William. Rockwell. Yeah, they're still in business, I think. I think they're an aerotech company. But yeah, like Honeywell, Rockwell, who are some of the other older technology companies? Pre-2020. That's the whole thing too. And it's got to be like pre-2020. If it's newer, it may not have as much gold, but the older, the golder. Wait till you see this one, guys. Dun, 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 dun. This is going on my wall. Hi, Edsel Diggs. How are you? Long time no see. Have seen a bunch of Honeywell organs? No. Honeywell makes heating and air conditioning supplies. Well, looky here. Yes, gold-legged, 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 gold, 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 gold. This one, my friends, is going in a shadow box up on my wall. That is an amazing board. Isn't this something? I didn't really pay very much for it. Knowing that these were gold, I wasn't afraid to go ahead and board it. Isn't this something? This is such a pretty board, I hate to just yank it apart. Isn't that beautiful? It's by Digital Corporation. DEC. I don't see a date on it. I guarantee you it's pre-2020 though. Wow, look at that. Wow. This is a premium board, a board buyer would buy this as a premium board, they would pay more than high-grade telecom. Taking down an old Packard Bell today. That ought to be fun. Yeah, as I said, just because I do know the prices of gold-bearing components, I wasn't afraid to make a good offer on this board. I just bought it because it was just freaking cool. It's going to pair up with this. This is its partner over here. Yeah, I did really, really well with these. Another company, and they've changed hands 3 or 4 times, was Nortel, N-O-R-T-E-L. Who was I talking to? Scrappy Boy the other day. They made telecom equipment, and those older boards are good. Wow. Wow. Joe, DM me and I'll send you some pictures of some of those Allen boards. I'd be glad to do that for you. This is also from Digital. I bought this for my personal collection because everything was on it. There's nothing missing. And this right here is probably ceramic like those Allen organ boards are with the gold dots on them. Hang on one second. Let me see if I got one here. Yeah, I sold that whole big batch of Allen organ boards. There's a, I can't remember which Facebook group it is. I'll probably get restricted for saying Facebook. I don't care. And there's some amazing people in it. I don't remember the name of it offhand, though. I'm going to have to get that for you and put it in my profile page. But there's a couple of guys in there. I know they're board buyers. Number one, I've sold to most of them. And, you know, there's one or two guys on there that are really, they're sharks, boy. They'll make an offer right then and there. And they're smart. Yeah, I don't have the piece that I'm looking for. Ouch. That's the other thing that's happening this week is they're going to come and put all my basement furniture down into the pod. Is the last thing I still have to do down there is I have to get the old carpet out, and I have to re-waterproof the floor and repaint because, you know, the mold we had down there. So that's on tap. And then my workshop will be down in the basement. These came off of the Allen organ boards. Where is it? A little bit of a delay, huh? That's a gold button. There's copper underneath it. This came off a board called MOS1, MOS1. They were made in 1968 by Allen Organ and Rockwell. And I had boards this size that were covered with them. And real vintage, real collector's items. I saved one. You mean the ones with the silver on them? I know the ones you mean. Joe, if I get a chance, I will check out to see if the seller still has any, and I will direct you to that so that you could, share the wealth. You mean the ones with the silver flashing on them? The really old ones, the fiberglass ones? Okay. Matter of fact, I'm waiting to hear back from the gentleman who bought some of those from me. They're the old Allen boards. They're fiberglass with silver flashed from 1968, I think they were. And he bought a bunch to refine them out. He's going to let me know how... I asked him if he would let me know. Hi, Cecilio. How are you? But he's going to let me know how he made out with those. I said, I have the channel. And I'd be very interested to find out what kind of a yield you get from those. He said he would let me know, and I promised him if he did, I'd send him a couple more boards for his time. So these are going to be, as I said, these will be put away special. You can see for yourself what kind of gold is on these boards. I know I got my money back just in value. But yeah, this is going to make a really pretty, won't that be pretty in a shadow box on my wall? That's going to look really nice down when I get the office finished. So yeah, Scrappy D is on a roll, guys. I am on a roll. I'm going to get the office done. I'm going to get my bedroom floor done. Gotta get the upstairs done. And at least I can think, guys. I'm out from under all the construction per se, and these are easy things to do. And I'm very excited. I'll let you guys know about the Allen organ on Saturday, if I'm going to enjoy playing it or I'm going to enjoy scrapping it. I can't give out all my information because, you know, I have to make my money too, and I have to somewhat guard my secrets. However, if one became available in California and you need advice about it, I live in Connecticut. I'm not going to go to California to buy it. I think one of the things I want to do along the way, and what we do a lot with computers, we do a lot with boards, we do a lot with talking about different things for gold recovery. But I think something that would be fun to do, at least for me, because it's personal interest, and I might even put it under another page. Now, what the hell did I say? I said nothing that should have gotten me restricted. I can't stand TikTok. They restricted me. I don't care. I don't even let it bother me anymore. I think if you say the word sell, they restrict you. I think that's the word that triggers the restriction. And unfortunately, you know what? Inevitably, I'm going to say it because I buy and sell boards. It's what I do. I can't help it. I'm not going to worry about it, though, because I always repost my videos, and I'm not going to let it get to me because it's not worth it. I'm going to head out, and I hope you enjoyed seeing the digital boards. I think maybe I will do some separate posting about vintage electronic boards, which is something I know a lot about because because I'm in the music field, and I pretty much lived through the evolution of digital music, from analog over to digital. I mean, that was my generation. Yes, I'm that old. So it's something that I know a lot about. Something I know quite a bit about, and it's kind of a hobby and an interest of mine, and certainly something we could, I'd be glad to show you some of the things as they come in, and, if you're interested in the history, great, you can watch it. If not, you don't have to. And, I had a lot of fun trying to identify those Allen organ boards. That took a lot of work. I couldn't believe Allen organ didn't want to buy them. I guess they must have a 3D printer to reproduce the sound cards and such. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, no, we did really well. The guy who bought them from me made me a really fair offer, paid me right away. I was able to pay the seller and, and take profit right off the bat. So I was able to pay him for all the boards. I still got all the silver boards to go through. So yeah, I certainly made my money out of that. And that's actually what he does. He takes apart old organs and sells the boards. So, good for him, good for me. All right, guys, I will let you know about the Allen organ when it arrives. It is going to live in the pod because I don't know if we can get it into the house. But I have some things going in motion about that too. I've got to get the cellar floor done because I might have to put it in the cellar because the hatchway is the only door big enough to accommodate it. I can't put it down there till I get the floor and the rug out. So, it can live in the pod for a month. It'll be fine. But yeah, guys, the end is in sight of all the construction. This is easy stuff at this point. I'm not going to have a nervous breakdown like I almost did last year. Get the mess out of the house. And I'm really, I am. I am, Joe. I'm feeling much better. Last week was hard. I had 2 big losses last week. 2 very good friends, somebody from high school. And of course, losing Scrap and Irish last week sucked. It just, I had a 1-2 punch going. I don't know how I got through it. I really don't. But my friend Dell, gosh, he was only 65 years old. And what a guy. I mean, he looked just like Clark Gable. Really handsome guy. 3 beautiful daughters. His father was a teacher here in Stratford. We all loved him. Taught at our neighborhood school. We all grew up together. And he fought a brave fight. But, you thank God for every day you're here on this earth, right? You never know what tomorrow's going to bring. Love you guys. Thanks for spending some time with me. The gift of your time is the most precious gift I could ever ask. Be well. I will talk to you soon. You'll see more of me. I've got, like I said, I've got a lot of requests to show more teardowns and show more about the specific boards as I tear them down. I'll be glad to do that, and I will repost this here and on YouTube. So be well. God in heaven bless every single one of you. Thank you for visiting. I'm working on the computerscrapper.com, and I did change the eBay store to the Computer Scrapper, so that's why I changed my handle. Everything's in place, except for my YouTube channel. That's still under D-Scraps, E-Scraps. Because of all the turmoil, I didn't want to change my handle last week. I wanted to wait. All right, guys. Thanks again. Love you to the moon. Bye.